More voices coming out saying that President Joe Biden should step down from the race, and adding to that chorus is an Illinois congressman. What about the prospects of a new ticket? Could there be a slot for Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker? Interesting headlines on that issue over the weekend. But back at it with Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Thanks for hanging out. America's Talking Network. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also check out thecentersquare.com, where you can get more details of news impacting you across the state. So after the debate between former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden, there's been a lot of questions of should Joe Biden step down because of questions surrounding his cognitive ability. And since then, you've seen several voices come out, including members of Congress. There was going to be some kind of meeting with Democratic senators. Apparently, that's been called off, as it's being reported. But members of the U.S. House adding to their voices saying that President Joe Biden should step down, including Mike Quigley, a congressman from the Chicagoland area. He was on with MSNBC and Chris Hayes talking about this. Here's some of what he had to say on Friday when discussing whether or not Joe Biden should step down.
But you didn't answer the question. Do you agree with Raul Grijalva, Lloyd Doggett, and Seth Moulton? The president should step aside.
I had a hard time processing getting to that point with him, as I think anybody would who respects him so much. I would say, Mr. President, your legacy is set. We owe you the greatest debt of gratitude. The only thing that you can do now to cement that for all time and prevent utter catastrophe is to step down and let someone else do this. Because I think day one, we're back in a dogfight. All of a sudden, all the things we're talking about with President Biden, we've got a lot more we can talk about with Trump. Not just that he lied 28 times during the debate and that he's an absolute monster, but he has cognitive issues, something that Speaker Emeritus Pelosi brought up earlier this week. She's absolutely right.
So the R1
again, that's Mike Quigley, congressman from the Chicagoland area, addressing the concerns of President Joe Biden and will he step down, saying that he probably should be stepping down. But what's also interesting in the U.S. House, the House Oversight Committee, which is run by the Republicans in the slim majority, they posted this over the weekend. U.S. Representative James Comer reveals President Biden's physician was involved in the Biden's business dealings that resulted in $200,000 landing in Joe Biden's bank account. Did his involvement impact his medical assessment of the president? We are calling on him to testify and to provide documents. So another interesting twist there, possible conflicts of interest being questioned by members of the U.S. House. But you also have other headlines in this regard as to what could be happening with the possible shakeup of the Democratic ticket, especially heading into the Democratic National Convention, which is in August. And all indication is that we at thecentersquare.com are going to be credentialed to be in Chicago at the convention, on the ground inside the convention hall during the DNC. But if you look at some of these headlines, as Biden's position continues to weaken, will Pritzker end up on a revamped Democratic ticket? Now, last week, we, of course, talked about all of the times that Pritzker was asked about a possible bid for the White House, and he time and again denied that was ever his intention.
I can't tell you anything other than I love the job that I have. It's why I'm running for re-election as governor of our state, and I intend to continue to do a good job for the people of the state for the next 4 years.
And that was way back in June of 2022, which was an election year for his re-election campaign. So he took questions on that multiple times. The governor does not have a public event today, hasn't had public events for several days. So I imagine that once he does have a public event, questions are going to come at full force for Governor J.B. Pritzker. So that's kind of the lay of the land as of right now. Will we see more people come out and question the fitness of President Joe Biden. What about the Democrat delegates heading to the convention in August? Where are they standing on all of this? I'll do what I can to get some outreach on some of those names so we can have some conversations about heading into the convention in August and what that's going to look like, especially with these ongoing questions of the Biden mental fitness. All right, it is Illinois in Focus Daily. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell with America's Talking Network. Illinois in Focus Daily with the Center Square. I'm Greg Bishop. Thank you for being part of the program each and every weekday morning.